Hello, and welcome to the channel where we review the latest and greatest shows and movies. In this video, we are going to give you a spoiler review of the 2023 Berlin series, a spin-off from the popular Netflix show Money Heist. If you haven't watched the series yet, we recommend that you do so before watching this video, as we are going to reveal some major plot twists and surprises. But if you have already watched it, or you don't mind spoilers, then sit back and enjoy our review. Let's get started. Berlin is a spin-off series from the popular Netflix show Money Heist, focusing on the charismatic and controversial character of Berlin, aka Andres Stefanolosa, played by Pedro Alonso. The series is set before the events of Money Heist, and follows Berlin and his gang of thieves as they plan and execute a daring heist in Paris. The series also explores Berlin's personal life, including his relationship with his ex-wife Tatiana, his son Alain, and his terminal illness. The series begins with Berlin arriving in Paris, where he meets his son Alain, who is a student and a hacker. Berlin reveals that he has a rare blood disorder that will kill him in a few months, and that he wants to spend some time with Alain before he dies. He also introduces him to his gang, composed of Kayla, Cameron, Damien, Roy, and Bruce, who are experts in different fields of crime. Berlin tells them that he has a plan to rob the Louvre Museum, where a priceless diamond necklace is on display. He also reveals that he has an inside man, Polignac, who works as a security guard at the museum. The series ends with Berlin and his gang breaking into the museum at night, while Alain hacks the security system from his laptop. As the story continues, the heist goes smoothly at first, as Berlin and his gang manage to reach the room where the necklace is kept. However, things go wrong when Polignac betrays them and alerts the police. Berlin realizes that Polignac is actually an undercover agent, who has been working with Alicia Sierra, a ruthless inspector who is in charge of the case. Berlin and his gang are surrounded by the police, and have to fight their way out. They manage to escape with the necklace, but not without casualties. Damien is shot and killed, and Cameron is wounded. Berlin also has a confrontation with Sierra, who recognizes him as the notorious thief who has eluded her for years. She vows to catch him and make him pay. Later, Berlin and his gang hide in a safe house, where they try to heal their wounds and mourn their loss. Berlin contacts Tatiana, his ex-wife and former partner in crime, who is also a master forger. He asks her to create a fake passport for him and Alain, so that they can leave the country. He also tells her that he loves her and wants to see her again. Tatiana agrees, but she has a secret of her own. She is actually working with Sierra, who has blackmailed her into helping her catch Berlin. Tatiana has planted a tracking device in the fake passport, which will lead Sierra to Berlin's location. The episode ends with Tatiana arriving at the safe house, where she reunites with Berlin and meets his son. Berlin and Tatiana spend some time together, rekindling their romance. Berlin tells her that he wants to marry her again, and that he has a surprise for her. He shows her the diamond necklace that he stole from the Louvre, and tells her that he wants to give it to her as a wedding gift. Tatiana is touched, but also conflicted. She knows that Sierra is on her way, and that she has to betray Berlin. She tries to stall him, but Berlin insists on leaving with her and Alain. He tells his gang that he will meet them at the airport, where they have a private jet waiting for them. He also tells them that he has a backup plan, in case something goes wrong. He has hidden a bomb in the necklace, which he can detonate remotely. He says that he will use it as a last resort, if he has to. The episode ends with Berlin, Tatiana, and Alain leaving the safe house, while Sierra and her team close in on them. On their way to the airport, Berlin, Tatiana, and Alain are stopped by the police at a checkpoint, as Sierra has alerted them of their escape. Berlin tries to bluff his way out, but the police officer recognizes him from the news. Berlin and Tatiana manage to overpower the officer and take his gun, while Alain drives away. They are chased by the police, who shoot at their car. Berlin tells Tatiana to activate the bomb in the necklace, hoping to create a diversion and destroy the evidence. However, Tatiana hesitates, as she knows that Sierra is tracking them through the necklace. She decides to throw the necklace out of the window, hoping to save Berlin's life. The necklace explodes, causing a huge blast that kills several police officers and civilians. Berlin and Tatiana reach the airport, where they meet with the rest of the gang. They board the private jet, which is piloted by Bruce. Berlin tells them that they are going to Australia, where he has a friend who can help them. He also tells them that he has another surprise for them. He reveals that he has stolen another valuable item from the Louvre, a painting by Van Gogh, which he hid in his suitcase. He says that he wants to give it to Alain, as a gift for his son. Alain is amazed, but also confused. He asks Berlin why he did all this, risking his life and killing so many people, for some paintings and jewels. Berlin tells him that he did it for the thrill, for the challenge, and for the legacy. He says that he wants to be remembered as the greatest thief in history, and that he wants Alain to follow his footsteps. The jet flies over the ocean, but it is intercepted by 2 fighter jets, who order them to land or be shot down. Berlin realizes that Sierra has tracked them down, and that they have no choice but to comply. He tells Bruce to land on a nearby island, where he hopes to find a way out. He also tells his gang to prepare for a fight, as he expects Sierra to follow them. He tells Tatiana to stay with him, as he doesn't want to leave her alone. The jet lands on the island, where Berlin and his gang are greeted by a group of armed men, who claim to be rebels. They tell them that they are fighting against the corrupt government of the island, and that they need their help. They say that they have a boat that can take them to Australia, but they need some weapons and money in exchange. Berlin agrees, and gives them some of the guns and jewels that he stole. He also tells them that he has a painting by Van Gogh, which he can sell for a lot of money. He asks them to take him and Alain to a nearby town, where he can find a buyer. He tells the rest of the gang to stay on the jet, and wait for his signal. He also tells Tatiana to stay with him, as he doesn't want to leave her alone. Berlin and Alain are taken to the town, where they meet with a shady art dealer, who offers to buy the painting for $1 million. Berlin accepts, and gives him the painting. However, as soon as he gets the money, the dealer reveals that he is actually an agent of Sierra, who has been waiting for them. He pulls out a gun, and shoots Berlin in the chest. Alain screams, and tries to help his father, but he is also shot in the leg. The dealer takes the money and the painting, and leaves them to die. Meanwhile, Sierra and her team arrive on the island, and storm the jet. They kill the rebels, and capture the gang. Sierra interrogates them, and asks them where Berlin is. They refuse to tell her, and say that they are loyal to him. Sierra tortures them, and threatens to kill them one by one, until they talk. She starts with Kayla, who is the youngest and the most vulnerable. She shoots her in the head, in front of the others. She then moves on to Cameron, who is still wounded from the heist. She shoots him in the stomach, and leaves him to bleed out. She then points her gun at Roy, who is the closest friend of Berlin. She asks him again, where is Berlin? The series ends with a cliffhanger, leaving the fate of Berlin and his gang unknown. Will they survive? Will they escape? Will they be avenged? The answers will be revealed in the next season of Berlin. Stay tuned. This was a spoiler review of the 2023 Berlin series, brought to you by Team GTR. If you liked this video, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more content. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.